Welcome everybody. Don Giannetti, lighting-essentials.com, project52prosystem.com. We're in the middle, well, we're just not in the middle. We're just started a free workshop for tabletop. That would be food, product, anything that you would shoot on a table, still life. And we are doing it over at lighting-essentials.com. You can see the link down below. There's no credit card, there's no email, there's no funnel. It's you just come and participate. There's a Facebook page where you load your pictures up, and we just have a lot of fun. So last week we looked at the idea of backlighting, top lighting, and side lighting for texture and dimension. So these are the top 10 pictures that I found. I think I could have probably done more than top 10, that's for sure, because there's a lot of good images. But I'm trying to keep these top 10s down to, well, 10. So here we go. We're going to get started up with Annalise Perry's shot. Look at the lovely color. I like how she used the muted, cool colors to really offset the bright colors of the orange, lemons, and the red strawberries. There's so much happening in here. It's just really beautiful. A little bit of texture here with the light. We can see the highlight on the top from the top lighting. Shadows falling straight down. Beautiful highlight on that strawberry right there and on the lemon. It's just a lovely shot and beautifully composed. Fills the frame very well. Probably get a square out of it, or vertical, or horizontal like this. So that's Annalise Perry. Lovely shot, Annalise. Audie Neighbors, green tomatoes. Very beautiful highlight right across the top. And look at the great stem, all the detail in the stem. Isn't that wonderful? I love these little areas like here and here. But notice the highlight to the top, little bit of a fill coming from the front, just a little bit of a fill to open up these areas here, not let them get too dark. But top back lighting through a scrim, and absolutely lovely. We've got Veronica Esqueda's images here. Now she wanted a white against white. She wanted a little bit of a flat look to it, so she moved her light quite a bit of distance away, and that lets the light have very little fall off. Don't you love white on white? Come on, isn't that beautiful? It's like my two favorite things are black on black and white on white, because the delicate tonalities whenever you do that just reveal the best of what photography handles. The cookies look great, look really, really great. I don't know why this is doing that. It just seems to have a mind of its own, and I apologize for that. The cookies look great. We got a nice highlight on this side, shadow on this side, so we see the dimension of the cookies. There's no doubt in our mind that they're round. Mark Shaw, apples and oranges, and a knife. Kind of a little bit of a highlight on the knife there. Nice little line running down the side, so the knife doesn't look dead. And sometimes that's the problem with shooting flatware. If you can't get any light to reflect back in that flatware, it just looks dead. Or worse, it looks like it's a different color, or if it painted or something. This is very obviously a nice shiny blade. You can see wonderful gradation from here all the way up to the top. It's really nice. Side, back lighting, so the shadows coming forward from the side, and a fill card up front. You can see the fill card in the apple here. You can see it in the orange there. A little bit in the drops there on the white areas on the apple. Really nice shot. Again, that's Mark Shaw. Daniel Franks went with a very shiny, classic, glossy look here. He had to composite this. He did a couple of shots underexposed because the blade was so bright in the original exposure that it was losing all detail. So he did an underexposure, a little bracket of just that area there, or that's all he was concerned with, and then dropped it in Photoshop. But look at the beautiful work with the cloth. When you're working with cloth, you can't have any kinks in the cloth, and Daniel's worked out all the kinks. There's no kinks anywhere. Just nice flowing curves right up in here. Just curves. Believe me, when you work with materials like this, you may find it's harder to do the materials than it is to do anything else on the shot. You need to have little pieces of toilet paper. You need to have little toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls. You need a newspaper that you can roll into rolls. All kinds of substances to fill in these pieces of cloth, because if you've got kinks in it, the eye goes right to the kink. That's Daniel Franks, Ron Mayhew. Love this shot by Ron. Really super, super highlights up here on the tomatoes. And again, Ron did a great job picking out the tomatoes. Notice how perfect the stems are. See that? They're not broken off. They're not mashed down. They're really, really nice. Another nice thing Ron did was he made sure we got those little design items here, the type of knife that it is. This looks really good back here. Nice highlight. Got a nice little highlight running up the front of that. Look at that. I love that. And the highlights on the tomatoes are the top back light that Ron's using on it. That's what's reflecting in the knife, the top of the tomatoes, etc. And you'll notice it's a little bit of a sharp edge to it, so that's probably a softbox. I can't actually remember what he said, but I'm going to go with a box or a box very close to a scrim, because we can actually see those edges. With scrims, you can kind of play with the edges a little bit. Alex Baker, lovely shot from Alex. We got a beautiful highlight here. The wine looks good. This wine looks good. It looks nice and warm through here. It has to. The label looks great. All of it looks really great. Alex is using a strip light next to a scrim, and that's how she's getting a gradient in her highlight. She's got here's the scrim, and she has the strip box turned this way. So you can see the shiniest part. Here's the bottle over here. See, the shiniest part right here is where the light is closest to the scrim, and then it falls away as the light moves farther away from the scrim. One of the reasons why I love scrim lighting much more than really any other kind of lighting. I don't use soft boxes much anymore. They're always behind a scrim of some sort. And also I like bouncing soft boxes or hard lights into whiteboards. Passing the light through a soft box, for me, it had its day. It's just no longer interesting to me. The light is it's just a one-dimensional light, and I like the light to have some gradient so I can play with it. Andrew Kirkwood came up with this great little salad here. Look at how nice the light from the back works right through here. Look at all the highlights on the lettuces, etc. Highlight on the bread. We got a little flour on the bread, so it's going very bright up here. We talked about it, Andrew, I think, and we agree we need a little more texture in there, but other than that, everything's just fine. Beautiful highlight on the tomatoes and giving us these great edges through here. Again, it's top, side, back. Top, side, back. And you can see which way the shadows are falling to get the direction for the strobe lights coming from over there. All in all, really, really nice photograph by Andrew Kirkwood. Next up is Ilona Bunka. Super soft, double scrimmed light coming from the side. Beautiful highlights in here. Look at this in here. Beautiful here. She went with real ice so it would melt and have this sort of frosty look. Pretty cool. It's a very, very nicely done shot. The light coming from the side gives us an edge on that translucent area of the green through here. It gives us light wrapping from behind the glass. Look at the nice, beautiful highlights, delicate highlights on the glass itself. And of course, the background, the surface works out great. Beautiful shot, Ilona Bunka. Last up is Melvin Curry and his avocado shot. He is lighting it with a small speed light right over to the side, coming through a very small scrim and just taking it in at different angles till he found one he liked. We do have a fill on this side, and there's something above here. There's a card or something above here that's reflecting back in the flatware, so it's not dead. This thing has to reflect something. So really, really nice one light shot. Look how much the card is keeping those avocado pieces alive there. Really nice, and you can see the shadow here. So he's using ambient light in the room, which is basically coming from a window, ambient light in the room, and then his strobe, his speed light is turned way down to 1/64th of a second. So it's just winking the light in through a tiny box or a tiny scrim, I can't remember which. All right, so that are our 10 shots. If you'd like to join in the fun, come on up. As soon as the COVID stuff is gone and we're able to get out there, I think that's going to be somewhere around 2037, 2038. I don't have I'm not dialed in, but anyway, as soon as that happens, we're going to be doing one of this with portraits and people. We're going to do a free class, portraits and people. So if you want to find out what's happening, go over and join the Facebook group, and as new things come up, I'll be announcing them there. And again, no email, no credit card, nothing. You just join that little Facebook group, put your images up, and have a great time. Thank you, everyone, for coming along. Let's take a last look here. Melvin Curry's avocado. Lona Bonta's beautiful, ultra soft light on the lemons and limes. Andrew Kirkwood's salad. Alex Baker's beautiful wine bottle. Ron Mayhew with the sliced tomatoes. Daniel Frank with the sword. Beautiful highlights. Mark Shaw with some backlight that's just gorgeous. Veronica Esqueda with the lovely cookies. Audie Neighbors with the green tomatoes lit from top back. And Annalise Perry with this lovely color blast right up front. Thanks, everybody, for coming along. I appreciate it when you're here, and I look forward to seeing you up on the class. Take care.